So, UFOs. I'm not talking about little gray guys with big eyes. Those of us that sew a lot have a lot of these unfinished objects lying around, or WIPs, works in progress, depending on how long they've been gathering dust. I have a lot of these. Here is one bin of the ones that I have prioritized. So, how do you decide which ones you want to do and prioritize and actually get these guys done and out of your sewing room? And I'm here to say maybe not all of them are going to get done, and that's okay. I'm here to give you permission to maybe get rid of some if it doesn't make sense to finish them anymore. You know, I've been doing a lot of work on trying to organize and declutter, which is really hard to do in the sewing room. But I mean, if you've ever kind of heard of the Marie Kondo method of decluttering with the whole "does it spark joy" question, I think that's really pertinent to decluttering fabric. You know, and it might be pertinent to decluttering UFOs and, you know, just things that you've never gotten around to sewing. There's this concept of like inventory, that everything that's in your house, and I got this from Minimal Mom, that everything that's in your house, you know, it's something that you have to take care of. And when you see it, it's almost like it's like talking and asking you. Like when you see those bins full of UFOs, you know, you might get like a guilty feeling like, oh God, I should really like get around to sewing those. Ugh. And I don't want to feel that ugh feeling when I walk into my sewing room. I want it to be like a happy place, not a place where I'm just like, I get that same feeling like my science project is due, you know, next week and I haven't done anything on it. Anyway, so some of the questions I ask myself are, you know, if I had new fabric and the pattern, would I make this again? Would I choose to really cut this out and make it again? You know, it's kind of the same question as in decluttering, like, would I buy this again? If the answer is no. Does it fill a need in my life? You know, I mean, maybe it's not like a super fun project, but maybe it's something that you actually need and it would be really nice to sew it instead of buy it. Okay, then, you know, maybe that's something to keep. Does it feel a need? Would I really make it again? And does it spark joy? Does it just make sense to finish it? Or are you just finishing it because you feel like you should? Is it just there in your closet out of a sense of obligation and doesn't make you feel guilty? And if that's the case, so I'm going to give you permission to get rid of those things that you don't want in your life. My son is here in the sewing room. One of my my UFOs and works in progress is making videos. I've just decided they're never going to get done if these guys aren't around, so I'm trying out a new thing. Okay, so what to do with all these UFOs if you've decided that you're going to get rid of them? You can try giving them away to new sewists. You know, some new sewers out there might really appreciate having projects that they could try and finish if, you know, if it makes sense, if they're easy enough. I mean, and some experienced people might be interested in them too. They might, you know, kind of, anybody that's interested in sewing, you can put them up for free on different Facebook sites, or you know, get the word out like in different groups and see if anybody bites.
And see if anything bites.
You can try to give these things away. You may have luck posting them up for free in different sewing groups, Facebook, you know, giveaway sites, local moms groups, maybe people in your circle that may be trying to learn how to sew, kids learning how to sew. But you may just have to throw them away. And I'm telling you, it's okay. Don't worry about throwing it away. Because at the end of the day, if you have bins and bins and bins of this stuff, and it's just, you're never realistically going to get around to it, and there are projects that you just don't even care about, that you don't even want to do, that make you feel guilty and bad when you see them, it's worth your mental health to just get rid of them. I'm giving you permission. You're going to feel so much better. I got rid of a bunch of my ugly UFOs, like UFOs from 15, 20 years ago when I was learning how to sew, when I was buying like really cheap, like $1 yard fabric from Walmart. Like, not that there's anything wrong. Some of it actually ends up being like really nice rayon spandex, but I didn't know anything about fabric then. I mean, I was using like home deck cheap scratchy organza to try to make like something that should flow. I mean, it was a mess. It was a hot mess. So I got rid of a bunch of those ugly UFOs. There's some UFOs there from like when my first child was like a baby that I'm really trying to to finish for my new baby. So that's a good thing, you know. So I'm prioritizing like time sensitive UFOs and UFOs that will help me out now. And it's great when I actually finish one of those projects, you know. So going through the bins, I have this sense of accomplishment. And that kind of, you know, makes me feel better about getting rid of some of the other ones. You know, they don't all make sense in my life now. I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago, 15 years ago when I started some of these projects. And so that's fine. That's a good thing. And the new space that I'm creating in my room is totally worth just getting rid of it and saying goodbye. Like, it feels so much better to open up my closet and just see beautifully organized. I mean, half of it's beautifully organized, but it's getting there. So again, throw those UFOs out. That's all I gotta say. Just do it. You'll thank me. I did actually, this is my sewing book that I've published, and here in the beginning, I have a to-do list of where I just kind of like brain dump all the things that I want to do and sew, and then here is like a works in progress page, and I've been putting up like UFOs I really want to get done, you know, projects that really actually like would help me, that are time sensitive because they're for like a baby or a kid, you know, that's gonna grow out of it soon, and put in like, it has a little finish by box, you know, so I put the little finish by box, like the date there, and it's really helped me. It's you know, it's a bit of accountability, and I don't know, I just like to have it all like written there. It feels really official, like, yeah, all right, I didn't actually start sewing on this yet, but I'm going to. And you know, little by little I have, like, my goal is 1 a week, and I think that's pretty doable depending on, you know, because some of this stuff too is just, it needs a zipper, or it had like a placket detail that I was just like, ugh, plackets, you know, or like a welt pocket. I'm like, ugh, welt pocket. But so actually finishing UFOs is really good because, you know, you might learn a new skill, or it's like practice, and, you know, in something that maybe you need practice in. And it's a really good sense of accomplishment when you do finish some of those UFOs. And I've gotten rid of like 2 huge bins so far. And right now I'm prioritizing a couple that are like fleece UFOs, because fleece takes so much room. And if these don't get done soon, then they're going, because it's like a whole bin of just 2 projects because it's fleece, and I'm over it. But again, say goodbye to these little aliens. And happy sewing. Oh, and I forgot that to say that if you want to buy one of these, the link is going to be in the description. It's really cool. It has like a space for drawing your projects and all kinds of project notes. Has some dot grid stuff to sketch out stuff. The beginning with UFOs, and I always have like a sewing goals page there too, and a measurements page. I have a couple of those too, so if you sew for other people, then you know, you can note their measurements there too. So this is a new one, that's why it's all blank. This is the one I actually use. It's all like raggedy. But yeah, so you can see I really just love taking notes in the back, and like, let me see if there's any Like I like just like sketching little project stuff out. And especially like in those times when you can't sew, you know, maybe, I don't know, you're on the couch with like a new baby and it's just not happening. Sketching out little ideas and stuff is just, I love to do that. So again, happy sewing. Bye-bye.